Hello, my name is Ben Fox. I'm a current wheelchair basketball player for Great Britain and a Paralympic bronze medalist at the Tokyo 2020 Games. First of all, I just want to say I'm so sorry I can't be there today. It seems like a great event and something I would love to be a part of. But I thought I'd just send you a quick video message just to explain about my life, how sport has helped me, and how I think physical activity is so important to everyone's lives. So I'm 27 now. I was born in 1995, born and bred in Swindon. I was born with a rare condition called Vater syndrome. So this meant that my right leg was completely absent, straight through the hip. And I also had various issues with major organs such as my heart, my stomach, my bladder, my kidneys. I also had major surgery to my spine to correct my spine when I was younger. So yeah, childhood was pretty tough when back then. I mean, between the ages of 0 and 5, I already had 25 operations. So I spent a lot of time at the John Radcliffe Hospital in Oxford, and I do have a lot to thank them for. They quite literally saved my life. So yeah, quite a tough start to life. But yeah, I started school at Wesley Primary School when I was 5, just around the corner from my house in Swindon. And this was massive for me. I was just your standard average 5-year-old kid, loved playing games in the playground, loved to read books, wasn't so fond of classes, but we got through it. And it was at Wesley School where I first was exposed to disability sport, and this was at Access Days. And Access Days were just this incredible kind of event. It was like a day event, so we had one in the summer, which was at Foundations Park, and we had one in the winter. And they were just, it was just incredible. All these disability sports. There must have been over 10 sports there every single time, and anything from football to croquet, bocce, athletics, cycling. It was just incredible, and I loved every second minute of it. And yeah, this is where I kind of was exposed to disability sport for the first time. And I vividly remember one special access day way back when, and we were actually on the bus on the way back to school from Access Day. We had a great time in the sun playing disability sport. And on this day, London 2012, it was announced that the Paralympic Games were coming to London, and my mum was sat next to me on the bus, and I turned to my mum and said, "That's it, I'm going to the Paralympics." And she kind of looked at me and was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "I'm going to the Paralympics." And London came a bit too soon for me. Time won that battle, but a couple of years later, 8 years later, I eventually achieved my goal of going to the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics. And like I said, we managed to pick up a bronze medal there. So from Wesley, I went to Commonwealth, and again, an amazing sport network there. Made me feel like I was equal to everyone, gave me all the opportunities that everyone else had. And again, was exposed to Access Days, and again, it was a day where I could just be myself. I could play sport. I felt like I was on top of the world every single time I went, and that was something that was really important to me. And sport quite literally changed my life from such a young age. It just made me feel like I was, just like all my friends running on the playground, but I was just doing it in a wheelchair. And I think that's something that was like, when I look back on it now, those were the moments in my life where I realised that sport was my passion and is what my career would be in. So I got into wheelchair basketball from quite a fluke meeting, actually. I was on my way to, I was a big football fan, I still am today. And I was playing amputee football, and that was kind of the sport I was focusing on, and traveling to London each and every weekend to train and try and see how far I could get. And I was on my way to watch Arsenal v Manchester United, and this was up at Old Trafford. And just by chance, I bumped into the then assistant coach of the Great Britain team, Sinclair Thomas, and he saw I was using crutches. He saw I had my whole right leg missing, and he asked me, like, have I ever tried wheelchair basketball, to which I replied no, and would I be interested, to which I replied, of course. So he sent me the information, and a couple of weeks later, my dad and I drove up to Wolverhampton, and I tried wheelchair basketball for the first time. And I must admit, I was awful. I couldn't move the chair very well. I was really slow. I couldn't really shoot the ball. I mean, I still really can't shoot the ball. We're still working on that. But but it was just so amazing. And again, it was another opportunity to meet new people, to meet people with various disabilities, to see how they cope with their lives, to see how they adapt their lives. And again, it was just another amazing eye-opener and another big moment in kind of my journey and my career. So from that day, I've been playing wheelchair basketball ever since, and 14 years later, I'm sat here as a Tokyo Paralympian, bronze medalist from that games, European gold medalist, an under-23 world champion. And yeah, I mean, I'm currently out in Spain at the moment. Our season starts this weekend. I play for Amia Albacete. This is my third season here. We've won every domestic trophy there is, the Copa del Rey, the league, the Super Copa, and also the Champions League. So it's kind of been a crazy journey when you think 14 years ago I was this teenage boy in a car park, just about to get back in the car for another long stint up to Old Trafford, and now I'm sat here as a professional Paralympic athlete. It's been a whirlwind of a journey. And the most exciting thing is my career is still going. I'm very focused on Paris 2024, which we hope we can go there and win the gold medal. We have a very exciting and young team at the moment, and I think great wheelchair basketball and disability sport in general is just thriving in Great Britain at the moment, and long may that continue. But outside the sport, I'd really like to focus and work in the field of participation in getting as many people as I can involved in sport, especially those with a disability, both children and adults. I just think physical activity is so important for the body, not only physically but mentally as well. And yeah, I'd love to do some work in that kind of area. So yeah, things are looking up, and you know, if it wasn't for my support network, I wouldn't be where I am today. And that support network ranges from my very close family, so my mum, my dad, brother, sister, niece, nephew, grandparents, to my best friends, and to work colleagues. So I'm not going to embarrass them, but Lewis Byrne and Ben Humphrey have played a huge role in my sporting career, and I do owe a lot to them. They helped me out massively when I was younger, and they still help me out today. So thank you very much to you both. So as I mentioned, I was born and bred in Swindon, lived there my whole life. My family still live there today, and it's just such an important place for me. It's where my career and my journey began. It's where I grew up. It's where I learnt lessons. It's where I fell in love with sport, and it's where I became the person I am today. Wheelchair basketball in Swindon is so important to me. Wheelchair basketball is a game that's given me so many opportunities. It's let me travel the world. It's given me confidence. Believe it or not, I used to be a shy and timid boy. Anyone who knows me now wouldn't believe that. But yeah, like I said, wheelchair basketball is such a great tool for giving opportunities, and that's why I love it so much. It's a very equal game. It's very inclusive. You know, a wide range of disabilities can play it, and everyone's put on the same level playing field when you jump in the chair and give it a go. If you've seen it, it's a fierce and competitive game as well. It's very quick, very skillful. And yeah, having wheelchair basketball in Swindon is so important to me, because if I can give half the opportunities that I've had to more people in Swindon, I'd be a very happy man. Wheelchair basketball is great because you're improving your physical and your mental well-being, which is something that's really important to me. You know, physical activity has been there for me through some very tough stages of my life, and it's helped me get through them, especially when, you know, there's times where I was going in and out of hospital and having to have all those operations. I was able to always go back to sport, and that was kind of my goal. That was kind of my drive. That was what I was looking forward to when I was fit and able to get active again. So I strongly encourage the people of Swindon to get active. And you know, you don't have to be the best in the world at what you do. All you've got to do is go there and enjoy it. And enjoyment is such a key factor. If you enjoy it, you're going to go back, I mean, if you go back, you're going to go back again, and the more times you keep going, the more active you're going to get, and the more your health is going to improve physically and mentally. So yeah, I strongly encourage you guys all to get involved and have fun while doing it. You know, meet some new people, make some new friends, and find some new hobbies. That's the beauty of sport. That's what sport gives to us all. So I think I've rambled on enough for now. So yeah, once again, sorry. I'm so sorry I can't be there. I'd love to be there. It seems like a great event. But yeah, I hope to catch you all soon. And yeah, have fun and stay active. Take care. Bye.